Hi all. Welcome to the stream. Let me see if I can adjust my audio slightly. Actually, I need to do that somewhere else. Need to adjust the music down for me. I'll see if that works. All right. For those of you joining in today, the error. Sorry. See if my streaming is doing okay. 1 second. Alright, so let me reduce my streaming a bit. If I can get my stuff set. It's been a while since I streamed. I'm playing around with other settings. So let's hope we're not getting too much buffering. Hey Shady, welcome to the stream. Let's see. Setting.
Straight cruising, headed for a bruising, watching out for number one. You gotta slow down.
Let's just see how this goes. Today. You know, let me know if it's buffering or anything, and I can try to play with my settings. All right. So, what I am doing today is I'm going to be testing some village mechanics, specifically a hypothesis by Eggfer, an old guy, that you can use bad omen, triggering a raid to accurately pinpoint the center of a village. So the village center is important because that's what defines the center of where golems and stuff spawn. And so we know the mechanics, all that kind of stuff, and if there's time, I can go into that. But for now, try to watch my stream health and see if it's gonna improve. I'm not sure what else is going on in the house. That might be taking up bandwidth. Okay, so I'm gonna start by creating a village right here at 0, 0. So let's go. Actually, let me make sure I know where north is. Pumpkin. Okay, so that's northwest, so this is north. We're gonna put a bed here. That's where we're gonna start our village. So the village center will be at 0, 0. Okay. And then let me get a fence out. Yeah, thanks Shady for the update. I have like a warning about YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I don't know, like I was playing with my settings, I don't know if it just means I'm not sending enough data, or if I'm losing data. Like, I don't know if I need to. I lowered my compression, which hopefully will work. I thought I could do more, but like I said, I think I have like 2 other kids playing Minecraft right now in this house, and they're probably eating up bandwidth. Alright, so this is our it's gonna be our village. Let's get a villager spawn egg. And we're gonna end up putting some. Actually, let me widen this. Let me make this a bit bigger. Do it out a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So make it this big. Let me clear out this intermediate one. Fell out of the roller coaster, crashed out, landed on cotton candy in your arms and survived. I'm still a disaster, rock bottom and below. I'm yours for the asking. Where you go, I go. I thought I was what I've been told. I thought I was. Alright, so there's that. Let's put some more villagers in here. So we're going to get 20 in here. That's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Should be 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 cats. Alright, so now what am I gonna do? I need to reset the village. I'm gonna move this bed over. Yes, they're all gonna freak out for a second. Set it tonight. Okay, so one dude's gonna sleep in there. We're gonna put another bed down here. Just move these 2 out of the way. Okay, someone's gonna come over here and take it. Let me get a POI. There. I've done this right. This villager should link to this POI. There we go. Now we don't need that bed. Now I need time, set. Okay. Then we have our village. Got a bunch of cats. Now we're going to build a spawning platform above this. So what actually before I do that. So the center of this village is at 0, 0. It's this bed. It's the pillow of this bed. So I'm going to come out here and show you where the bounding box of this village is. So it's all the way over here. It starts at 3232. Give at S, structure block. There's a structure block right here. So the size of a village is 64 by 24 by 64. Okay, we're going to do an offset of -12. And it looks a bit like this. So this is the village bounding box. You can see it if it's not getting too compressed. On the video, you should be able to see some lines, like here, that define the village bounding box. Okay. So we're gonna move up here. I guess we'll go starting here. Let me get some blocks down. Let's do stone. Let's do smooth stone. We're gonna go up to the 6th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill. I'm gonna fill the layer below us. With, let's just go. Alright. And then it's going to be dark down here. Let's get some torches. So we're starting with cats in this, and then if there's time, I'll show you my new iron farm design I've been working on. Okay. And I guess we should... Did I do that? I guess I wanted to do 32, not 64. Yeah. So... let's erase the ones I didn't want. We're gonna do air. Air. Cats must have despawned. And then it's here. That's what I want. Okay. So there's our village with a spawning platform. Got a bunch of cats. And then, so the center of our village is here. That's that bed right there. So we'll mark that with last block, so we can always look down and see it. Okay. So our glass block, this is our center of the village, this bed. Technically our center of our village is right here at this point, but down on that other block. Okay, so that's where we are. And then golems and cats spawn centered on this block here in a 17 by 17 area. So I'm going to mark that out using what do I want? I want, let's go, I want this one. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then one extra. Make sure we have this correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bust that. And then we'll connect it all up. So we're gonna use these blocks similar to Old Guy did in his video to outline the spawning region. Okay. All right. So the center of this village is at 0, 0. Okay. The center of the spawning region is at 0.5, 0.5. Okay. All right. So let's let me show you this. Let me run spawning for a bit of cats. And then we'll see what we're doing. So we'll do it. We'll put some command blocks down here. Command block. Hi, Tartar. Okay. So I am command box. So we'll do it in this chunk, the 0, 0 chunk. What I want is let's see, I want a, and we'll do it going up. Block like that. And I need torch, redstone torch here. And then I want to do it. Don't want to activate. We'll do sideways. We'll do some. Nope, don't care about you. Alright, so we're gonna do a repeating command block here. Needs redstone. Kill at E. Type equals cat. Alright. Not working? Is it not? I'm not pulling. And then I want so I'm trying to set up two set of command blocks. One that's going to mark spawn points and kill cats, and one that just kills cats. And trying to figure out how I want to do the redstone. So this is going to have a delay. And actually, I can put it right on top is what I want. There we go. Should be working. Why are the cats not dying? What did I do wrong? Kill at E type equals cat. Repeat Needs redstone. Well, it has redstone. But you're still alive. What am I doing wrong? Very strange. There's no error, but it's not doing anything. Do I not have command blocks enabled? You're still alive. Kill ID, type equals cat. Okay. Let me disable command block output. Game roll. Block output disabled. Whoops. False. Now let me change the audio so we don't keep hearing the cats dying. That is going to be what? There we go. I'll explain why I have so many cats spawning. That's not natural. There we go. Here, what we're going to do is we're going to execute at E type equals cat, and then we're gonna set block 0, -1, 0.5, whoops, relative to the cat, and we'll do warped slab. Should work there. Impulse, repeat, needs redstone. This is going to be a chain, always active. Okay, now I can swap between marking and eliminating. And then lever. So I can swap between. So I should, once I switch, start seeing warped slabs if everything is okay. There we go, warp slab. So now, whenever a cat spawns, it's going to mark where it spawns. Now, if you've ever tried this, you will notice these cats are spawning way faster than they do normally. Normally, cats spawn once every minute. I've modified a server to have them spawn once every second. So to make this test run faster. So what you'll see is as we watch this is that they're going to fill in this 17 by 17 area. They're going to spawn on the solid blocks. There's going to be a warp slab. And this is where they're going to be. So you can mark out their area. And so while we're doing this, so the point what I'm showing here is going to be is if Old Guy and Eggfur are correct, and you can use Bad Omen to identify the center of the village, then if we shift this village 1 block north, the location should not change. And I'll explain that in a bit with some math. Get rid of all these items while I'm here. Kill at E type equals item. No, so it's not about Raymond, about Bad Omen Iron Farm. So it's a belief that Bad Omen can accurately tell you where the center of the village is, and it can't. Okay, Bad Omen does not give you an accurate estimate because Bad Omen has a bias, and I'll explain that in a little bit once we're safe. So I think, you know, we're kind of safe here that that we got this right, correct? Okay. So let's swap this. And actually, let me break that as well. We don't need to be killing cats at the moment, because we're done marking. Cats running around here aren't gonna throw an issue. Okay. So this is correct. So what do I mean by Bad Omen gives you a bad detection? So I'm going to give myself Bad Omen, and then we're going to teleport around. Okay? So give at effect at S Bad Omen 90 seconds, amplifier 1 true. Okay, give myself Bad Omen, and now I'm going to teleport to where do I want to teleport to? So we're on the south. Yeah, so I'm going to teleport to 0, -60, 34. Right? Didn't do what we want to do. Actually, I gotta put some decimals on this thing so it goes exactly correct. Okay, so I'm teleporting to the right spot I want. 34. So let's go 33. Okay, 33 didn't trigger it. 32. So now you see that at 32, Bad Omen went away. All right, so somewhere between 33 and 32, Bad Omen disappeared. Okay, so let's give myself Bad Omen again. Okay, so we'll do 32.999999. We'll do 33 again to show. Okay, so we're at 33. Whoops, we're at 33 and a half. 33.0. We still have Bad Omen. Go 32.999999. Teleport. It's still rounded it up. So we did that to that. Bad Omen disappeared. All right. So the threshold for losing Bad Omen is right here. Stepping, basically, anytime you're in this block, you will trigger bad omen. Now, the boundary of the village is here. It's the line between these blocks. That's the boundary of the village. If you're in this block, you lose bad omen. And that's because if I show it on, let me show it with pumpkin, I think. That's because what the game does when looking for bad omen is it rounds your position. Actually, I should do it up here. Is it rounds the player's position, which is actually the player's eye level, so the head, down to the lower northwest corner. And that is what it tests if it's in the village. And right now in Minecraft, there's a logic error that if something aligns with the edge of the bounding box, it's considered in, regardless of what side of the bounding box it aligns to. And so this little point here, that's right at the bottom of this, of the block your head is in, that aligns perfectly with this. And you're considered to be in the village, and it triggers a raid, even though you're not actually in the village yet. So it happens with POI as well. So that's why you get a biased measure. And so Egbert has for a while, and Old Guy has recently been arguing that the village size is actually 65 by 25 by 65 because of this measurement. Okay? And so the center, so if you think about it, the center of the village, well, so we can test this hypothesis. Okay, and let me try switching from Minecraft to another tool. Let's see if this works. Okay. So we'll get out my pen. Okay. And so let me get, mic may not pick me up. Let me turn the mic over. So let me know if you can't hear me, because the mic, oh, we've now lost all the music. Because the audio mixer is not set up on this thing. Okay, we'll get back to the music in a little bit. Since I apparently didn't set that up. Can I set it up really? Oh, we'll have to set it up later. Okay. So, so let's talk about what the hypothesis is. What the two competing ideas of a village are. So the one that is based on the village bounding box says that our current village is going from up here, negative 32, negative 32, to 32, 32. Okay, so that's what it says. I want to get the music going, so you just watch this 1 second. We add input capture. Actually, not a new one. Oh, input capture. I don't want to create add existing. No. Switch back to Minecraft real quick. And then let's see if I can copy these. I can't copy one of them. Copy. Paste. Oh, good. You should now be hearing the music. let me know. Okay. So that's 1. And then the center of the village is therefore here at 0, 0. All right. Because if you average, so if you do negative 32 plus 32 divided by 2, that's equal to 0. Okay. Now, that's the traditional view of what a village is, and where a village is defined, and what the center of a village is. Also happens to agree with how it actually works in the code. But the competing hypothesis is that the village looks like this. That our village is at negative 32, and 33, 33. That's the competing hypothesis. And therefore, the center of the village is actually at 1/2, 1/2. Okay? And you can see that because negative 32 plus 33 divided by 2 is equal to 1/2. Okay? So, how can you distinguish these two hypotheses in game? Okay? Because they make different predictions about what should happen if I stretch this village 1 block north. Okay? So right now, the center of cat and golem spawning is, in this village, is the block with the corner at 0, 0. And in this village, it's the same block. The corner here of 0, 0. Okay? Because 1/2 rounded down. So if we stretch it 1 block to the north, okay, that means this boundary here becomes erase back to, okay, this block becomes negative 33, and this one becomes negative 33 over here. Now let's change our math. The y coordinate here should be negative 33, which should give us negative 1/2 as our y coordinate. Okay, and over here, this is 33, and this gives us 0. So if we stretch this village 1 block north, okay, then the center of the village over here should become 0, negative 1/2, and the center of this village should become 1/2, 0. Right. So based on these two hypotheses, we have 2 different outcomes. Okay? 1/2 to the 0 is still going to end up on the block right here, and that block should still be the center of the cat spawning region. The block over here on our left, okay, that's going to shift 1 block north. Okay. So if the village is 64 by... So if the village is 64 by 24 by 64, which it is, that's going to mean that when we stretch it, the result is going to be a change in cat spawning. And if and the other one should be no change in cat spawning. If we stretch it 1 block to the north. Is everyone following me? Let me get set back up. Get back into Minecraft. Make sure we haven't lost anything on Google. Google still is happy with us. Or YouTube is. And so all that math is saying is that if I am correct and I stretch this village 1 block north, the cat spawning region is going to shift 1 block north. If Eggfur and Old Guy are correct and I stretch this village 1 block to the north, the cat spawning region will not change. Okay? Actually, I am on the wrong scene. Let me try. There we go. Now we're back to how I want it. Okay, so let's stretch this village. And then, yeah, stretch the village. I think we'll be fine leaving these here. I'll go ahead while I'm at it and change the type. So we'll go here. We're gonna set them to, I think it's Crimson Slab, right? Let me just make sure. Crimson Slab, okay. All right, so then that's should be the case. So we'll stretch the village, and then we'll come back in and put up. Let me just go ahead and clean up the items. Then we'll do type equals item here, and then it's unfortunate. Clean this up. Boom. Should be kill cat, repeat. That equals item. Should be good. So cat should be dying. Good. And string should also be dying. 1 second. This need redstone. That's always active. Oh, that kills cats as well. Type equals item. And clean up the item. Type equals item. So Jenny, how am I using chunk shaders? We luckily now have custom shaders for Render Dragon. And so they've been out for a couple weeks. You have to do something tricky to install them. It's straightforward straightforward. If you've seen my modding tutorial for building on the nether roof, similar method is required to install these on Windows 10. I'm not on Windows 10, I'm actually on Linux using the Linux loader, and they're a bit easier to install there. They're a bit easier to install if you are using the loader on Windows as well. But not everyone can use that loader. So we got to stretch this village. And so we do it, we're going to put a bed right here. So, right, so this is our boundary. We're going to put the bed 1 block out. Okay, and we're going to make sure someone can find it. And that's usually what I want to do. I want to put, it's not, no one's close enough yet to find it. So I will use a boat. Come on, get in there. Actually, move. Come on, Nitwit, move. Yeah. Okay. Get through here. There we go. Come on. We get close enough, you'll find. There we go. Someone has link to it. Not this dude. So we're gonna do time set night. Come on, one of you come out here. There we go. You go to your bed. Not what I wanted. Okay. Now this dude, let me get him back in a boat. Go through, break it, jump out. Okay, and I'm gonna come up here and trap this guy near his bed. I'll use Bad Omen to show you that the border has increased by 1. Okay. Let's go up. How many times up here? That's been TP. Yep. I'm gonna TP myself to. We're gonna go to -34, -33. We've lost Bad Omen. So, so right here we've extended the village. Okay. Oh, bed kind of is moving around. Let's try it over here. Effect Bad Omen. So we want to go negative, not 0. Let's put me over -8.0. So we lost it. So yeah, so 33 is now where we lose it. Step back up one more time. Give myself Bad Omen. 34. 33. Alright, so we've now stretched the village. 1 block. Okay. So now if I turn on cat tracking, let me just put a couple. That should be fine. So the village has been stretched. We'll turn to day again so cats start spawning again. And if I'm correct, the cats will shift 1 block north, the cat spawning region. If I am wrong, they will stay. Now I've run this test before, and it came out true, but we'll run it again here live. And so you'll see what it is. So we'll turn the tracking on, and then we're going to set it to day. Okay, let me make sure we're facing north so we know what we're doing. Okay. So we want time at noon. As you see, it has shifted north. The center of this village is now at 0, -5. Oh, 0, -1/2. Okay. It's changed. And this is going to be true for any odd stretch of the village. That if the default village size is 64 by 24 by 64 versus 65 by 25 by 65, those make different predictions depending on how you stretch it an odd number of blocks. Any questions? Is the only way to shrink the village? No. So if I break that bed, and then usually I have to maybe put an extra POI down inside the village, it'll reset to the original size. Now, if you have saved and loaded the game since then, it might shift back to the original size, but it may not have the same origin. Whoops, mic back over here. It may not have the same origin it had before. Okay. Let's turn off the tracker. But yeah, I mean, you can't explain what we're seeing here if the default village size is 65 by 25 by 65. It's not explainable. It is explainable if the default size is what it's always been and what the game says it is and all this other stuff. That's that. All right. Okay. Any questions for those of you who are currently watching? If there's time, I will build a new iron farm. Well, I will show you my new design. Just get rid of just break this down here. Boom. Alright, let's go new design. Chat has spoken, so let me go. Guardians to spawn. Sorry, Raymond asks before I get into this. Completely unrelated to this video, but do Guardians despawn? I know the Elder Guardian doesn't spawn, but do regular Guardians ever despawn? I do not believe they do. I'd have to look in entity/guardian.json and see if they have despawning in there. Okay. And so okay, so let me go down direction. I'll go south. Gotta get away from that village. Go down here. We'll do here. We'll build it here. Alright, so we'll mark our north. Go. Clear my inventory. And let's do a new design. Alright, so this is gonna be our reminds me of what is north. So this is a free range farm, but this one's been designed to stay within a chunk completely. And what this one has been, so it stays within a chunk completely. And yeah, and you shouldn't notice any performance difference from my older farm. It may actually be slightly faster. Excuse me. Alright, so we're going to start with building up. Yeah, stays within a chunk. Did I not say that? Alright, so you're going to be here. I'm going to be facing north. And I'm going to do a 16 by 14 area. So you don't have to chunk align this. But I do like chunk aligning my iron farms because that kind of keeps everything is either loaded or unloaded at the same time. So that's why I like to use it. So I'll put some dirt on the outside. Now I'm going to get some wool. Those of you that have built my other farm, you kind of know why I use wool. Where do we go? Wool, wool, wool. So the point of the free range farms is that we use a mixture of blocks to control villager pathfinding. So villagers have certain blocks they prefer to walk on. Okay? And we are going to control where they walk using those blocks. So now we're going to go ahead and put a wall up and do birch fences. Do that, and I'll explain it as I go. So we'll do 1, 2. The Twiggy. So I will. So does a free range farm have to be 1 block higher than the ground, like you're doing, so golems don't spawn on the ground? No. I'm doing it like this is because it's going to be easier to make a couple moats, because we're going to want to make a moat around it. So that helps keep villagers safe. So this is the layout. And you can build it on ground. You can build it underground. But I'm going to start with this. Like this around it. And then we'll have this wall here, and then we're putting some POI in. So we'll build a fence. I'll do the POI later. The workstations. So I'm doing this mostly from memory. So and then, so John Reese says that he's watching Guardians despawn. And so make sure, I'll double check. Make sure that they are despawning and not just you stop seeing them. Because 64 blocks away, your client won't show them. So now we're going to put in a whole bunch of path blocks. We're going to fill this area with path blocks. So I use fences that contains the villagers, and so I can see through them. Like if you want to do like an actual wall here and decorate it a different way, you can, but I like to be able to see them sleeping and working and stuff. That's why I use fences. And that will actually be too high. So. Alright, so now we gotta put the beds in the middle. So I'm doing all this from memory. So, just gotta find the middle here. Just the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should be the middle. Let's put those there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So we're gonna put the beds in the middle, but we're gonna put them over here. Go. I think it's here. 2, 3, 4. So we're actually gonna do bunk beds. That's what I'm prepping the area. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure this is how I want it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Yeah, so we want 3 on that end. And then the one we actually want to become wool. Then put wool there. And then, so we want 3 on that side, wool, and 2 on the side. Okay. Mark these out. So I'm going to fill this all in with wool, which I forgot to do. Fill all this in with wool. The villagers don't like walking on wool as much as they like walking on these path blocks. So we're going to control their pathfinding. Okay. Now I'm going to get my beds. Bed. Why can't I find a bed? Red bed, the red bed of courage. So now we're going to fill in beds. Should be 3 on this side, 3 on that side. Come in and break all this wool. Two, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's our beds in. Now let's get our workstations in. Then we'll build a platform and put our villagers in last. Now we got to put 20 workstations around the outside. So we're going to put 4 on this wall. What are our 2 center blocks again? So we're going to put 1 there, 1 there. Okay, so that gives us 4. Do the same thing here. Okay. So those workstations there. So now we got to put 6 on each of these other walls. So I believe I did it 1, 2, 3, skip 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, skip 2, 1, 2, 3. All right. There's our workstations on the outer wall, and although villagers shouldn't jump up on top of these, I'm gonna do this. So Max Silverass, did Iron Farm mechanics change again? Not really. They fixed a tiny little bug in the spawning, and it meant that it revealed something that I had missed when I was figuring out the new mechanics from 1.17.40. Cats and iron golems actually spawn in a 17 by 17 area, not in a 16 by 16. But previously that didn't matter in my farm design because the walls blocked that extra 17 by 17. They no longer block it, and so golems have been spawning on the outside of my farm, and they will actually spawn on the outside of this if we don't spawn proof. So since that brought up, I'm gonna spawn proof with buttons. Okay. The point about this farm is it shouldn't matter which bed is the center, but you're gonna get about the same rates. So golems can't spawn in this trough. There's not space enough for them. And so, but on the outside of this trough, if you get unlucky where the center of your bed is, they may spawn. So this is what I'm doing. I use buttons. Button spawn proofs it. And then on, you see this edge? So we're facing north. And on this side, we got to put one more row of buttons. So depending on how you have your farm oriented, you have to put the extra row of buttons on either the east or the south, depending on how you have it oriented. So next up is platform. So we're gonna need, I'm gonna need some stone. Smooth stone, which is, wait, there we go. Need smooth stone. And you can either use jack-o'-lanterns or I'm gonna use shroom lights. Okay. So we're gonna go up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. So this is the level we want to be at. And we're gonna fill in our 16 by 14 platform. There we go. Yeah, so John, so you footprint better despite the need for spawn proofing. If you built it in the air, like a lot of people build their iron farms, you wouldn't need to spawn proof. Like you only need to spawn proof down like fixed below the bed. So if you have it, like if you build it up in the air 10 blocks, you won't need to spawn proof anything on the outside of the platform. But it's kind of nice to build iron farms on the ground. It's easier. And so this one. Some lights going in. So you want to use here either shroom lights, jack-o'-lanterns, or nothing. No special block here. Because golems will spawn on shroom lights or jack-o'-lantern. If it's glowstone, they're gonna spawn through it in that area, the village area. So now we're gonna build our walls. So this is designed to put everything keep everything in one chunk. All the villagers, all the iron golems, all the drops, all within a chunk. So you don't have anything not being simulated. 3, 4. So Max Silver asks, is there anything new that added that allows magma cube spawns to be blocked? No. You can fix magma cube spawning with an add-on. And make a magma cube default size to be the size of the big magma cube, and then you can block it. Right now, the default magma cube size is the same size as a zombie. And then, so when a magma cube spawns, it has the size of a zombie, and then after it spawned, it either becomes large, medium, or small magma cube. So that's kind of the problem. But we have a heck of a time getting Mojang to fix things like that. For whatever reason, things in the spawning algorithm or even in the JSONs like that is not a priority. Okay. So this is our platform. We'll put some water in here in a second. Is this like the iron farms on Exploit? Yes. This is an updated version of that design. So now I'm going to put some stone buttons on this wall. So notice I'm doing it on the south side. So you'd want to do this on the south or the east side, not on north and west. Okay, this is going to help our water stream when we put it in. Stone buttons or warped slabs or something. Now before I put in the water, we're going to put in the lava blades. For this, you want to use warped or crimson fence gates. You can use signs, but I don't like to use signs because you break one, you can break a lot of them. So that. Open all these up. Top ones. Hello, Leilu. There we go. It's one in. We'll put another one in on this side. So just bear with me. Okay, so that's that in. So now we're gonna do lava, and then we'll do water blades last. We'll do the water last. So we'll do lava, water, and an empty bucket just in case. Alright, so now we're gonna put in the lava. And you can fill this full thing with lava if you want to. It'll take... You can fill it with 3 things of water, lava, but I'm going to do, for symmetry, I'm actually going to use 4 on each side. There we go. And I believe it's 1, 2, there. 1, 2, there. On the side, I guess maybe I can do it. What do we like better? Let me try this. Here. A little bit different on either side. Yeah, that's the one that looks better. So we'll go here, here, and then bring back up. Okay, we're back up. Okay. Lost connection for just a second. Alright, so that's the water blade in. That's that in. And so now we want our water blades. We want it... These are our center blocks. We're going to go down this block. Alright, so it should never flow there, and it should hit the buttons on that side. We're almost done. Putting villager... We got to put villagers in and cobwebs. Get some cobwebs. I use cobwebs here to align items to stop their horizontal momentum. It's definitely important if you want to build one of these high up in the air, especially one above this one. So I put cobwebs down. It helps align things and even the cats as well. Okay. So now, villagers. Spawn a villager. Okay, so we're gonna start with 2 villagers. Alright, so if you were doing this in survival, you would want to bring in 2 villagers into this farm and feed them. Feed them. They will, feed them. They will make a bunch of babies. Babies will grow up. The babies will make a bunch of babies, and you'll have like your 20 villagers in the farm. Like they'll populate until every bed is full. Kill the nitwits when they grow up, so you always have someone trade with them, lock them in. I'm gonna run out if I'm not counting. I'll send it to nighttime so I can keep track of everyone. Time set night. Run into their beds. Okay, and then give myself a sword. So I can get rid of the ones at the end. I want to make sure everyone, like, we're basically gonna skip forward when everyone is an adult. Oh, come on. Who has a trade? And a bed. 3 more? 1, 2, 3. 4. Get in your beds. Alright, let's... Sorry, kiddo. You're about to grow up. There we go. He grew up. Time loop. So now everyone is a Fletcher. They've all traded. It's time set day. So they're all going to hop out of their beds, run to their workstations, and work. And we should start seeing golems spawn in just a little bit. Let you watch them as they work. So question, wouldn't stairs or fences be better for item alignment? No, they're actually not. I did a lot of testing, and stairs and fences don't stop momentum enough, especially if you have one of these like 80 blocks above another one. You end up losing items. So the cobwebs are the best thing that work because they stop all horizontal momentum. It takes about 30 seconds or so for items to drop through, and then they can fall down into kind of your water stream down here. And so other thing to do if you want to add some lights in here, these aren't enough light for you, you can add like some lanterns, some torches on top here, maybe some stuff in the middle. But that is the farm minus some item collection down here, which you can do. How far down do I want to go? So if we did water here, I think I want to go down one more. Yeah, well, I don't have space to go down one more. Then yeah, and then what I do here is then I would usually put in, you know how to put a stair. I'd put in a bucket there, water here, there'd be ice underneath here, and then this would drop into a horizontal chute that goes this way. My basic collection. Then I put a collection underneath the farm. But yeah, and this alignment thing also kind of helps you collect cats if that's what you want to do. So question, is the iron rate change significant with all the reduced platform size versus your previous multi-chunk design? No. Like I did the math. So the minimum platform size, if you get really unlucky with your bed, is the minimum platform size is 14 by 14. The loss due to 14 by 14 is not detectable versus 17 by 17. Like, it's like losing one golem a day. If you ran this farm for like 24, 26 hours, it's something like that. Maybe it was 36, I can't remember. I think it was 26. So it's like one golem lost per day. So 4 iron on average lost per day. There's so much variation in iron farms that I think you'd have to run it for like a month or even more to be even to detect that difference from a max. And this one actually may be slightly faster because the lava blades are closer. So it actually may be a little bit faster because kill time is shorter. So somewhere between what I had before and if you like use lava spam across the entire farm, which can make about a 4-second difference in lava. But I decide it's not worth. I decide it's just not worth it. I don't like the look of lava spam. I'd rather have lava blades, honestly. And so if I'm willing to lose that by not having lava completely across the platform, I'm not going to worry about platform size. Now, I liked my other design because at the time we thought it was a max platform design and we could get it in. But once it went to 17 by 17, you can't get a max platform unless you use a middle, unless you basically have 2 high water in the middle. And that was less attractive to me, so I decided to see where I could get with a 16 by 14 farm. And I kind of like this design. So this is about time for me to end. So any final questions or thoughts that you want to bring up? Now is a good time as we watch them. I'll shift them tonight. You can watch them all run to their beds. That's how they look when they run to their beds. So max silver has 10 villagers so and 70% of 20 villagers in most farms, right? I don't know the actual number, but I don't think it's changed too much. So since you need 20 beds for a village, and since this free range farm is like self-populating, you're always going to end up with 20 villagers. And so it'd be different, say, if you're using like a pod method, or you were breeding your villagers elsewhere and bringing them into the farm. But in this case, since I let nature take its course, I'm always going to end up with 20 villagers. Is there an optimal distance between each iron farm for building multiple farms? So it depends on if you want to stack or not stack. So if you want to overlap villages, that's what we mean by stacking. You kind of want to keep them far enough apart. You can get them close, but you want to keep them far enough apart so the game doesn't get kind of confused which village an iron golem is in when it spawns. So you don't want to overlap them too much. And so if you don't want to stack, villages need to be, what is it? At least 97 blocks apart. So there needs to be 96 blocks between villages. between village centers horizontally, and what is it? 67 vertically? I'd have to go back and double check. So what's better use, GH-Pod or this for multiple iron farms in terms of lag? This one, I would imagine. Because the problem, so the reason why this farm would be, reason why a pod is more laggy is you got a lot of more entities in one area, and so there's a lot more entity collisions and more calculations that are done. So so that's why this one, although they're pathfinding, my intuition, haven't actually done testing. This one should be a little bit more lenient on the server, just because at night they're just sleeping. So why is the wool here? That's a question no one's asked, but it's a good question. So this is to control their pathfinding. So if you watch villagers do village things, what would happen is sometimes they would actually want to run along the side and push each other out of the way. So by having a line of wool here, that discourages them from just strolling along and bumping into one another. So if they're going to move, they're going to come out into here and go back. Again, kind of like a crescent shape, semicircle shape. And that keeps, that basically keeps villagers from blocking one another from working. So, and probably here, if you want some more things, you might want to put coral fans down to get the cats that fall down here into the water stream. That would be another thing to do. All right, so if you made it this far in, so Max Over said he did some tests a while back and pods were roughly the same as normal pathfinding for lag if you do it right. Okay. Yeah, so if you made it this far in the stream, you will have seen me build my new 16x14 iron farm design and populate it with villagers. You will have seen me test the hypothesis that you can accurately predict the center of a village using bad omen and disprove that hypothesis. Bad omen is not an accurate way to predict the center of a village. And there's the thing. So question. I want to incorporate it in building. How high above can I have a roof? So you can have a roof like right here. It's very top layer because this platform is built at the highest possible place it can be. And so as long as you got enough space for the golem to spawn, which is 3 blocks, it can do it. I would actually, me personally, I would build it right here and give a little 4 blocks. If I was going to put a roof on, I would go here. Right above what I did. And you can also put like actual walls here. Like if you want to, you could build up this into like actual glass walls around here instead of fences or something. You want to decorate it. But I've just gotten used to using fences around my iron farm, and so. Any other questions? You can join my Discord and ask there, ask in the comments. And yeah, so thanks all you for coming out. Cheers.